just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man. Would you?
Speaking of transparency and lies, Barack and Michelle Obama have decided to appear on camera for the first time in a year, I think, right? Right about now is the Democrat National Convention. This is the last time you saw the two of them together. Michelle skipped all of the festivities for the inauguration and has since launched a podcast with her brother, something you don't do when you're happily married, and has not been seen with Barack Obama, and has instead used her miniature podcast audience in order to trash her husband time and time and time again. Virtually every single episode is about how much she hates him. And totally weird. So I guess that now they've been forced to do a very awkward interview together. Awkward and anxious during frank discussion about divorce rumors. Body language experts saying that Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, who appeared on a podcast together, body language expert says that there's more than meets the eye. The First Lady was awkward and anxious meeting her husband. There have been rumors about them getting divorced for a very long time. Michelle clapped back at the speculation, saying there has not been one moment in their marriage that she thought about separating. Really? What about the time that she said that she didn't want to bear sons for Barack Obama? It's like a literal thing that she said. Completely evil, man. Careful about who you marry. Here's the exchange. Let me tell you how natural this looks between the two of them. It's normal husband-wife stuff.
Hello, look at you, cutie.
How are you? Wait, you guys like each other?
Oh yeah, really? Huh?
That's so
the
nice.
rumor mill. It's my husband, y'all. Now don't start.
I can't.
It was touch and go for a while.
It's so nice to have you both in the same room
I
together.
I know, because when we aren't, folks think we're divorced.
Let me tell you. First of all, see, I'm.
Okay, I gotta stop here. Okay, before the eunuch gets started. This is Michelle Obama's brother. Tell me which one you think is the brother and the sister. But, the insane. I see my wife virtually every single day, unless we are traveling on the road. I don't even like doing overnights. I like sleeping in my own bed. This is the creepiest and strangest hello interaction I've ever seen. I mean, it's like he dumps her. It's like utterly platonic. And it's awkward. You can tell. This is why lie detectors work, because your pulse goes up, your blood races. You can tell in somebody's voice when somebody's voice shoots up higher. Oh, okay. You can tell they're nervous. You can tell they're trying to lie. When your voice goes up, you're lying.
Wait, you guys.
Look at you.
Wait, you guys like each other?
Oh yeah, really? Huh?
That's so
the
nice.
rumor mill. It's my husband, y'all.
Oh yeah, this is called overcompensating. Okay, this is called overcompensating. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. It's really hard to watch. How did those people run the country? They're so impressive. They clearly have so much going on. Ah, what a mess. How does Michelle Obama's brother have a higher voice than she does? Michelle Obama's like, hey, it's my husband, y'all. And the eunuch is like, hello, hi, I like you. It's so creepy, man. Let's listen.
People come up to me all the time. This woman came up to me and she was so nice. She was like, can I have a picture? Yeah. And then, so you know how you get the side hug? And she's like, what did he do?
And you knew she was going to say what he did.
And I was like,
it wasn't like, what happened to him?
That is so
It was like,
terrible.
how'd he mess up?
And I said, well, what makes you think he messed up? Why couldn't it have been
why
her?
did you just say no one messed up?
Well, because I wanted to keep this conversation going so that I could tell you about it.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, what? And she's like, he did something, didn't he?
I was like, his life.
Don't worry, everything's fine. And let me tell you, She was so happy, you would have thought I gave her a Christmas gift.
These are the kinds of things that I just miss, right? So I don't even know this stuff's going on.
Right.
And then somebody will mention it to me, and I'm all like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There hasn't been one moment in our marriage where I thought about quitting my man. And we've had some really hard times. So we have had a lot of fun times, a lot of adventures, and I have become a better person because of the man I'm married to.
Okay, don't make me cry now. Right at the beginning of the show.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Don't let me start tearing up now.
And welcome to
What? What? Okay, so do you have a significant other? Do you have a wife or girlfriend or anything? Do you greet them at the door going, "Oh, who knew you'd be here today?" Glad we're not caught at a Coldplay concert, and then Jumbotron. And then the next thing that you hear directly out of your wife's mouth is, "I've never thought about leaving you. I promise." Like, that's the first thing Michelle Obama says. Nobody even prompts her. She's like, "I never thought about leaving your ass." Say what now? Then Barack Obama's like, "I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry." Okay, all right. Got it. So that's horrifying. Throwback to Tucker Carlson's interview with Larry Sinclair that exposed Obama was gay. Okay. I'm just saying, it's just interview. It's just an interview. And oh, by the way, Obama says you need to have a gay friend. That's not me saying it. This is Barack Obama saying it. Ladies and gentlemen, former President Barack Obama announced that every man needs a gay friend to learn about empathy while he and his wife, he was on Michelle's podcast. Obama says men need a gay friend to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group. If you have a boy who's gay or non-binary, or or what have you, they have to have somebody they're like, "Okay, I'm not alone in this." All right. Like this, I guess everyone's just out there spitting at this point. Here's Jesse Waters' take on it.
Doesn't just want you on the couch. He's telling guys to put down the baseball and pick up a playbill.
They have to be able to learn how to be more than just the sport that they care about. And while they get great skills in sports and they learn a whole lot of traits,
Teamwork.
I think we owe it to our boys to be very deliberate about saying enough with sports and let's try some other things.
So sometimes it's just a matter of, saying to our boys, you being interested in art, and you being interested in, theater, that's cool.
Okay. You're cool for being a theater kid. This is what it was all about in the end, wasn't it, for Barack Obama? It was all acting. It's all fake. Everything's fake. The romance, the relationship, everything's fake. All of it's fake. The oppression, they're both worth $100 million, and that's on the low end. Those are just estimates. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's all fake. Here's the line, by the way. Barack Obama. Every guy's got to have a gay best friend. Here we go.
Bring a gay friend.
I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't outlawed, who became one of my favorite professors. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right?
Apropos to nothing, a reminder that Tucker Carlson did an interview with Larry Sinclair. And you're free to go watch it. And he says he bought drugs for Barack Obama. And they had a, nice time together in the back of the limousine. Okay. Well, okay. There's a great old Shakespeare line that says, "The lady doth protest too much." And that's really what that's really what's wild about all this. This is awkward AF, everyone's saying on the internet. Michelle Obama, my man. Michelle's brother, wait, you guys like each other? Michelle, the rumor mill. Barack, she took me back. Now don't start. Barack, it was touch and go for a while. And he kisses her cheek. That is I mean, it's just like extremely awkward. And they're very bad at this. It's pretty impressive, quite frankly, how bad they are at this. There's been problems. There's been problems. Hey, Alex, we have that supercut. I have that supercut of Michelle Obama trashing Barack. There's been problems. Michelle Obama has taken, like, I don't know what the instinct is in people to that they have to do all this in public. And I always hate that. Where, like, you have to air it all out in public and you need to, like, publicly humiliate somebody. But Michelle Obama's been on a rampage. We have a supercut, in fact. Has been on a rampage to publicly humiliate Barack Obama. And I think we're the only show that's, like, actually clipped this, done our research. It's like watching a train wreck. You just can't help yourself. It's too easy. Here's Michelle Obama. We were able to find minutes on end of her just trashing Barack. And you wonder why people think that they're getting divorced. And by the way, this kind of stuff, it's all created, you know, this, if you could just click over to my screen, please. This is all created by a PR firm. I've worked with a ton of, like, I've worked in DC. I know all these PR firms. I know all these people. This is created by a PR firm that says it's getting out of hand. Everybody's writing divorce rumors about you. Here's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to block it all out. And we know that you guys are separated and you'll never see each other again. You don't love each other. And that, you know, your entire relationship is obviously fraudulent and has been set up by globalists, power structure, kids aren't real and everything like that. But, like, how about this? Here's how we fix it, right? So you're going to sit together in a super awkward podcast. We're going to put it together. I'm going to shove that podcast out there through all the media. And we're going to tell everyone how much you love each other. They do this with celebrity couples all the time. Like, most celebrity couples aren't real. Most celebrity relationships aren't real at all. It's completely manufactured for power. I do find it amazing how Michelle Obama can't help herself, but, like, blurt out, we're together, we love each other. But we went through a lot of hard times. Thought life has sucked with you. She said that so many times. By the way, like, another multimillionaire lady you got to feel sorry for, okay? Just remember, that is the number one victim class in the country is postmenopausal, super rich left-wing ladies. Okay. That go on podcasts and trash their husbands like this. Here we go.
I have to say, Brian, if I'm a single girl out there and I find out that Brian Chesky is single and I can, like, stay in his house,
Here she
have
goes.
you ever?
Go
There you
right,
go.
right
Have
to the
you
relationship,
ever-
but Brian, you don't have to be feel pressured.
but
in.
we've never talked about
he
this.
just
Have you-
got here.
Have you
Her
ever?
and her husband have tried to set me up before, so this is,
Yeah, I'm very invested
Yeah,
in
I appreciate
Brian's
it.
love life. But
Wait.
so you've never met anybody? The fact that people don't see me going out on a date with my husband sparks rumors of the end of our marriage. I mean, it's sort of, so we still, you know, so
Like
that
the
is
apocalypse.
It's the apocalypse. It's like, okay, so we don't Instagram every minute of our lives. We are 60. You just are not going to know what we're doing every minute of the day, you know? And yes, I guess we're famous, but we're 60.
You are. You're a real famous
We don't
60-year-old.
take selfies. I just, you know, Barack was joking. He's like, you don't even take pictures of anything we do. I was like, I'm not thinking about a picture.
I
Why
know,
would
right?
I
You're trying to
capture
be in
it?
the moment. I'm really
here.
bad at taking pictures.
That's
too.
right. It's about what he needs as a grown man in the world. That would be.
You should have threw a boy in the mix.
I would. I'm so glad I didn't have a boy.
This one's tough.
Because he would have been a Barack Obama.
It was
like,
baby Barack. It would have been
Ooh,
amazing.
no, I would have felt for him. There was a line of people waiting to shake hands with our respective husbands,
Okay.
you know, people like reaching over our heads and spilling water on us, trying to get to these two, you know, illustrious men, you know, and she had the same look on her face as I did. Like, here we go, you know? And I looked over at at this beautiful woman. Did we even have a conversation?
Not until later in that afternoon. And that
So
was,
you hadn't met.
we hadn't met.
You just
this
saw
was,
each
kind of
other
But I
across the
just
table.
saw the
Yeah.
look on her
Yeah.
face, which expressed the sentiments that I felt, which was
Pissed off.
Barack.
Yeah.
He had to adjust to what on time was for
Because
me.
he was on that island time.
Well,
that
but
brother.
I've got this husband who's like, when it's time to leave, it's 3:00. He's getting up and going to the bathroom, and I was like, dude, like 3:00 departure means you've done all that. It's like, don't start looking for your glasses. At the 3:00 departure. But he's improved over 30 years of marriage. But that was you must adjust. And Malia and Sasha, if they're doing anything with me, they are early.
Right.
So they've learned how to snap to it. Well, I couldn't have gotten through 8 years in the White House without my big brother. But you talked me into supporting his run. And he was smart enough to know that he needed to come to you and sell you on the ideas.
Everything happened so fast because Barack went from a state senator to a U.S. senator, and next thing you know, people were saying, this guy should run for president. You were like, no, not doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Careful who you marry. Obviously, the most important decision of your life. Let me say that as a very happily married man of 7 years now. The tale of men's destruction and men who have great potential runs pretty perfectly parallel with who they decide to marry. And if they marry a succubus, if they marry somebody who is clinically and terminally narcissistic and self-obsessed, then you're just going to have a terrible life. You're going to have a horrible life. And I'll end this Michelle bit with all of this. Like, at the very least, these people, and tell us who they are. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Here's Michelle Obama. You can tell where the animosity comes from is that Barack Obama's more powerful and famous than her. And she's probably always hated that. That's what Hillary Clinton hated about Bill, that people actually liked Bill Clinton, and they hated her. And it creates this like girl boss revenge vector of absolute darkness and cringe and this frenetic psychobabble like this. Here's Michelle Obama on stage talking about how her biggest problem in life is that nobody's paying attention to her anymore. At least they straight up admit it. At least they admit it, right? Subtlety, not a quality in these people.
People here of all ages who are trapped by their phones. And when you talk about us being disconnected and not talking to each other, I am not out in the world like a normal person anymore. But when I am, people don't even recognize me. You know why? Because they're on their phones. Nobody is looking at each other. I could walk right past somebody with a hat on, and I'm just a black woman in a cap. But that's because
I don't know.
No, I've done it.
I don't know about that.
I have done it. I fly commercial. I am out there with the people, and folks are not paying attention.
I fly commercial.
So.
Okay. Okay.
Michelle Obama's worth $100 million. There she's getting roasted by her brother, who seems like maybe an innocent party here. Right? He was just like a basketball coach. Guy never ran for office or anything like that. I never even heard of the guy. But here, good for you. The ball's on this guy. I'm talking about her brother, not Michelle. Roasting her for saying she flies commercial, please. Show me the last time that Michelle Obama flew commercial. Now, while that is really funny in that clip, the best part of it is Michelle Obama sitting there being like, no one pays attention to me. Right? Looking just like the new Predator. That's what everybody says. Looks just like the new Predator. Nobody pays attention to me anymore. Put down your phones and worship me. Like that's, really something. That's quite the vibe. Quite the vibe check. Okay.